In this video, we'll go over how to assemble the GTX AccuLine visual system. The AccuLine camera system for GTX comes with a camera, one small bracket, one large bracket, 3 poles, and instructions on where to download the AccuLine camera software. Inside the small brown package are the 2 plastic targets that will be mounted to the GTX printer. You'll need a Phillips head screwdriver and a set of metric Allen keys to attach the pole and camera to the GTX printer. First, we need to assemble the upper pole. You'll need 2 poles, the camera, and a 2.5 Allen key. Take the pole and thread the end of the USB cable down the tube. Be careful not to scrape the side of the cable along the edges of the pole. Once the cable has passed through the other side, you can gently pull it through. Be careful not to jar the camera. Slip the camera plastic housing firmly onto the end of the pole as shown. With a 2.5 metric Allen key, gently tighten the small screw until you feel it bite into the metal pole slightly to prevent the camera from moving on the pole. Do not over-tighten the screw or you could crack the plastic housing. Set the pole that we assembled off to the side. Next, thread the same USB cable through the second pole. Firmly grip the pole and then twist back and forth to fit the 2 poles together. Be careful not to hit the camera. At the printer, the areas we'll be focusing on are highlighted above. Using a number 3 metric Allen key, unscrew the silver bracket from the machine. Save the screws for later use to attach the camera bracket. You will have to power off the printer and open the lid to access the small screw above the GTX logo. With a Phillips head screwdriver, remove the small black screw located above the GTX logo and save it for later use to attach the upper bracket. Using the same Phillips screwdriver, remove the small screw on the inside of the printer. Save the screw for later use when we attach the large bracket. Take the large bracket and slide it into the printer, lining up the small screw hole in the back. With one hand, hold the bracket in place and take the screw we removed from earlier and attach the bracket to the printer. Under the printer, using the silver screws we removed earlier, attach the lower section of the bracket. Take the remaining black pole and slip it into the opening at the top of the large bracket. You may have to twist the pole back and forth to push it through the opening. It should be a snug fit, but be careful not to bend the bracket. The pole should rest on top of the metal bracket below the opening. Next, slip the small bracket over the top of the pole. You might have to loosen the Allen screw on the small bracket so it will slide over the pole easily. Align the hole and using a Phillips screwdriver, attach the small bracket to the printer. Lift the pole slightly off the bottom protrusion for the next step. Take the pole with the camera attached that we assembled earlier, remove the plastic lens cap. Now thread the end of the USB cable through the bottom pole. Gently pull the extra cable through the pole. Move the USB cable to the right of the bottom bracket and slide the pole down until it touches the bottom protrusion. Firmly grip the bottom pole and slightly twist the upper pole to fit the 2 sections together. Use a number 5 metric Allen key. Tighten the small bracket to prevent the lower pole from twisting. Do not over-tighten. Close the lid to the printer and power the printer back on. Next, attach the plastic targets to the printer. Remove the paper backing and press firmly to adhere the plastic targets to the printer as shown. Do the same on the other side. Now you're ready to connect your camera to a 3.0 USB slot on your PC and install the software. Please visit our website to download the AccuLine camera software.